Hi guys, my name is Sospens. You've probably come back to my YouTube channel, seeing that I haven't posted in a month, and that is entirely my fault. I've been really focused on my personal life, but guys, I'm back. Yee-hoo! I will really try to post more. But today I'm actually making a StrukD tutorial for Muse behavior beginners. Now, the thing we're actually going to make is something that I needed to know really quick in like a day, and it took me about 3 days to figure out because there is a very small percentage of YouTube videos that actually are StrukD tutorials. I'll probably make more StrukD tutorials if this receives like positive comments and stuff, and if you guys want me to do more. But what we're actually going to be making is like if you have collected this object and gone and inserted quotation marks it into a like chest or something, then this door will slide open. Now the door is actually going to be a wall, like just like this wall right here, only because this tutorial is for a door that will slide up. I'm creating my own horror game right now, actually, called Miko's Mansion, and I'm just gonna like add in assets as I talk, so you guys can copy me or listen to me yap. But I'm actually creating my own horror game called Miko's Mansion, and I really needed to know a bunch of Muse behavior because I haven't been actually on StrukD for a long time. I recently just got back on, and it's been incredibly hard for me to adjust a bit since they've added Muse behaviors, and I have no idea what the flip of Muse behavior is other than it's coding. Like, StrukD didn't usually have coding beforehand, but now they do. Okay, so this is what you're going to need to have. You can use whatever assets you need, but for this, wait, I'm actually not going to use a bone. I'm going to use this space chest thingy because this is the asset I used in Miko's Mansion as a battery socket, if you guys know what those are. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to insert code into the door or wall that's going to open like a door. So we're going to click add on Muse behavior, and you see if you're extremely or instantly new to StrukD, this is called coding. It'll do stuff for you in the game. You can add effects, you can move objects. You didn't used to be able to do this in StrukD, so all the games I used to create were really crappy. But so now the first thing we actually need to do is turn on the repeat and execute, since the door is going to be constantly checking if you have obtained that object if you go over to the battery socket. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a on collision with object, and this looks a bit complicated, but really it is not complicated at all. So when target specific off is colliding with object specific off, start while end. We are only you guys don't need these whiles, and we're just going to throw them in the trash. I wish we could. So we're going to just use this start because the start can act like a start while end. So first we're going to create a new game object and title it player. We are going to hit specific on, which basically means that if the player, if it is not the player, then it won't work. It's basically saying that it has to be the player. Is colliding with, I don't know, I'm going to put battery. You guys can put whatever you want. Specific is on again. So then we're going to search set, and then we are going to bring in set variable from logic. And so you're going to set battery to the value is going to be collected. And it doesn't matter what you set collected to as long as it's not what you set the battery to. I'll explain all this in a couple minutes. But first, so now basically what this is saying is wherever that object is, when the player goes and touches it, runs into it, then we are going to say that the battery has been collected, or whatever, the item has been collected. Now we're going to add in another execute. execute. Okay, and we're going to, actually, we don't need the repeat on, but this one we do. Okay, so you can just like flip-flop that. So execute, repeat is off for just setting the battery. So now we're going to search for collision again on collision with object. I'm sorry if I'm going incredibly fast, but you guys can slow down the video. So when player specific is colliding with self, or no, not self, is colliding with, I don't know, battery socket, specific on, then we don't need the while it ends, explosion noises, it going to explode now. So then we are going to have an if branch, which basically means if the battery has not been collected, then we're not going to open the door because you need the battery for it. Stop it, false. Okay, so why is struck like this? So now we're going to hit if battery is equal to collected, and that's true, then we are going to search vector, and we're going to hit move to vector, which basically means you're just going to move to a random place. So we're going to hit move self, which is the door. This is all in the doors code. Specific by, not to, because to will move you to like a coordinate, but by will move you like up, down, left, right, you know. So we're going to hit Y. You can either do 10, you can do whatever you want depending on what it is, but I am doing 10, which will stop the door usually. If you want to do that, it'll just stop the door above. And then if you do 100, it'll make the door go on forever, which is what I'm going to do because it's funner. I mean more fun. But anyways, we're going to hit our speed to, you can do whatever speed you want. You can do bajillion, but I personally like the slow opening doors because it gives dramatic effect. And so now we're going to have that with 2 speed. So this looks complicated, but it is incredibly easy if you follow along with these steps. So now we need to assign. So self is named wall piece 2, because I don't know how to rename things. Player, we are going to assign to the player, of course, Teen Boy. Battery is going to be assigned to the bottle. Collected is going to be assigned, wait. So collected, you can assign it to anything, but I suggest assigning it to something that like won't even be used in your game because that's easier. Platform 1.1, sure. Then the battery socket is going to be the space chest 2. So now if we climb on this space chest thing, then it won't open because we need this battery. And I'm pretty sure this is going to work. And if it doesn't, oh yeah, it does. So there we go. Now we can enter. And that is just gonna go on forever now. It looks like it. It's just gonna go up into the sky until we can't see it anymore, I think. Bye-bye. I don't think it's coming back, guys. Okay, well, anyways. So now if you don't want the object to be like rattling around, you can turn off physics. Don't turn off hitbox or else it'll make it so that the player can walk through it and it won't work. Now if you want to add like text, like saying you need a battery, then that's additional code that I can cover just in a minute. But that is a basic tutorial, pretty easy tutorial on how to create like an opening sliding door in StrukD. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm gonna put on the code for a couple other things on the screen in a moment. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, so this is the bottle code or the battery code or whatever. So it's basically when the player collides with the bottle, you also need to create new asset things, like variables for each one, since the variables are local, which means it'll only be in that one object. So you need to create another player a variable and assign it to the player again. But then so when it collides, we are toggling our self visibility to off, so you can't see it anymore like you picked it up. And we're going to show text on screen, "Thou hath collected me lol," for 3 seconds. So now if we play the game, I need to assign something. So now if we play the game and we go up to the bottle, "Thou hath collected me lol." It won't destroy it, so you can still run into it and stuff, but it only works once since we don't have the repeat on. So this code is for the battery socket, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to assign these real quick. So for each of them, since it is actually local, for like each Muse behavior is local, then you have to recreate the bottle function when the player collides with the battery. You got to set the battery to be collected. You have to repeat that for each one, but you don't have to hit the repeat button on execute. You just have to like copy the code from one block into another. Now, this code right here is basically saying it needs to be repeat when self is colliding with the player. So when the player touches the battery socket, we don't need the while on the end, we just need the start. If the battery is equal to is like collected, if it is not collected, show the text you need a battery or something on screen for 3 seconds. But if it has been collected, show text unlocked. Now what that'll do is this. And it's not working. Why? Okay, I don't know why it didn't work the first time. Okay, so now if we can't through this door. Oh no, we can't get through. So then if we come over to this battery socket, oh, it says we need a battery. So then we can find a battery, quotation marks. Oh, look, we have collected the battery, lol. And then we come back here, unlocked. And that's easy. And you can add in sound effects by using the sound on... You can add in sound effects by just deleting a line from the from the door. Just deleting that real quick. And adding in a sound, play sound. And there isn't really a door opening sound, so probably the best you're gonna get is construction on self. So now, if we can't do it, and we go and get the battery, and then we come back here, makes that beautiful lifting sound that'll go on forever. That's the end of the video now, guys. So long, and stay so spendy.